Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of GunnerKing's Court, and we are previewing the Arsenal versus West Ham game. I've got some very, very special guests with me today, two solid West Ham fans. So we're going to be previewing this game coming up on Wednesday. So get ready.
We are Arsenal. We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
No mercy.
We're Arsenal forever. We are Arsenal.
Road to Wembley.
We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
Can't stop us.
We're Arsenal forever. Tony Adams, Ray Parlour.
Hello.
Hey.
GunnerKing's Court. I have two guests with me today, Alfie and Louise, both big West Ham fans. London derby, all to play for a change. But no, it's good to see what West Ham are doing at the moment in the league. And this is, after the result against Burnley, the winner's staying in the top four, essentially. So all to play for. But before we get into that, I just thought I'd give you guys like an opportunity just to kind of tell the viewers who you are and where we can find you. So yeah, I mean, Louise, if you want to go first, ladies first, just introduce yourself.
So I don't really have anything else except TikTok. I don't really post content on TikTok, but I'm 20, from Northwest London, not East. And I live in Swansea at the moment, but I've been posting West Ham content on TikTok. My @ is the same. I think they see my @ in it. Yeah. My @ is the @ that's like in that corner. And yeah, go give me a follow on TikTok. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. I stumbled across Louise's profile. I think it was about a week and a half or so ago. Yeah, and we've done some lives together. Really enjoyed them. So yeah, definitely. Go check out our content. And Alfie, I've known for a bit longer. Since he's been on TikTok as well. But again, just let everyone know who you are and where we can find you.
Yeah, so I'm Alfie. My @ is the same as what's on the corner, Alfie J022, 22, West Ham fan. I've been on TikTok about TikTok's the main place you can find me. Been on there about 3 or 4 months now, if not a bit longer. And yeah, I've known Chris pretty much the whole time, basically.
Yeah, man, and definitely, sort of we've had our to and fro's with the rivalry between our clubs, but yeah, no, it's really good to have you guys on, and we're welcoming you to the YouTube community as well as TikTok, and we definitely need to see more of that. So
yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I want to see what.
Yeah, thank you for setting this up. That's it's mad. Thank you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Like the derby days are what I live for. In London, being a Londoner as well. So yeah, man. I think what we should start with maybe. I think West Ham are. I'll be honest. Like last season, I did think it was just a bit of an anomaly, but I think what we're really seeing now is this is going to be. I think you guys are here to stay. You've got new investment. Got the 27% of your shareholdings bought out, so that's going to boost your clout financially, and you've got a good squad, good manager, good mixture of experience and youth. In some degrees, some things that we can dream of, which seems a bit weird, but this is where we are now. So, I mean, how do you guys think your season's gone so far?
You can take it first, Louise.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, it's been a good season. Obviously, there's no two ways about it. Like fourth in the league, it's unheard of for West Ham. West Ham at this point in the season. But I do think these injuries that we've got recently are really going to see our decline in form. Our back, like what back line? Like we literally have no back line at the moment. I do think that's going to lead to our decline in form. But so far, it has been sick. No two ways about that.
Yeah, I mean, doing well in Europe as well. I think you've only lost one game in Europe, and that was when you effectively already qualified, played your youngsters. I think me and Alfie were doing a live stream, a bit of that together at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alfie, what are your thoughts on the season? You know, do you agree with Louise that this defensive crisis could? Well, I don't want to say crisis, but yeah, there are a few setbacks. But in terms of your season so far, do you think, you know, could it have been any better? And how do you fancy your chances coming into this tough period now with these injuries?
Yeah. Well, to start with, like, it's weird because we're getting results at places I didn't expect to get results, but then we're dropping points where we shouldn't be dropping points. Like, we've gained points from Liverpool and Chelsea, and then we're dropping points at Wolves and Brighton and Burnley. So it's a bit of a strange one, but it's nice to be amongst the big boys, and hopefully we're here to stay. But I'm not going to say that too early because knowing us, anything can happen. But I think I was really gutted when Zuma got injured because obviously Ogbonna went first and then Zuma went during the Chelsea game. But so far we haven't looked too unsettled with it. But I think as the games over Christmas coming thick and fast, could very well we could slip up.
See, I actually think maybe you could, but I mean, look, Burnley's not an easy place to go and not concede. Like, people might think that, but Chris Wood, you know, is very, very physical, very good in the air. You know, he can be a handful. You know, they've got that Cornet guy as well now.
He weren't playing.
He wasn't playing,
Oh,
yeah.
he wasn't playing, was he? Right, okay, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that was probably a godsend for you, you know, with the fullback injuries that you had. But I think what it's going to come down to with West Ham is, I think, what your priorities are. And I've spoken to Alfie about this, and I don't know if Louise, I think Louise has probably mentioned something similar. Like, I think obviously, you know, with the time that it's been since you won a trophy, I think you might see like the Europa League and the Carabao Cup that you're in the quarterfinal of. You might see that as the most realistic chance of getting silverware. And with the end being in sight with those, will you prioritize those?
I think we should be prioritizing Europa League. I think that is our best chance. I think it's where we're at in the season. You know, with it being Noble's last season as well, I would love to see Europa League prioritized. I'd love to see us get a trophy. And I personally, the cup and both cups, FA Cup, they don't hold as much sort of value to me. Obviously, that'd be sick to win, yeah. But I think when we're in the Europa League as well, when it's Noble's last season, I just think Europe would just be, and it could be our last chance for Europe. Realistically, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to stay up there forever. I'm hopeful. I think that we will, but West Ham, we can be a bit inconsistent season to season. No two ways about that. So I'd really like to see us just really, really focus on Europe, go for Europe. That's what's important to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think any cup competition would be good for West Ham to win. You know, just to kind of, it puts a stamp on things. This is what I always respectfully say to Spurs fans. You know, like they parade this "we finished above you 5 years in a row" trophy. That isn't actually a trophy. You know, like, so, like, it's like when you like announce your arrival, you have to do it with that. So I think even if it's a Carabao Cup, you know, which ironically you got Spurs in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, even an FA Cup for West Ham, that would be impressive. And I can't lie, it would be especially more impressive if Spurs went trophyless again. Even if we did, because we got credit in the bank here, those guys not so much, you know. So
I know, that's why I want us to win the Carabao Cup, because I'd love for us to win it whilst beating them lot along the way. But now I've said that, I don't know why I've just jinxed up though, to be fair. But
don't, please.
But I think for us, more realistic is one of the league or FA Cup rather than Europa League. Because obviously there's still some very good sides left in it. Barcelona dropped down, Dortmund have dropped down. Even though we did sing at Burnley, Barcelona were coming for you. But no, against them, I do actually fancy our chances.
Yeah, I think you're being pessimistic.
Dortmund, not so much.
No, Dortmund, yeah, I agree. But I do think you're being pessimistic there. I really don't think there's no reason for us not to be able to win Europa League. When we look at our form, when you look at, Dortmund and Barcelona are on paper incredible teams. I'm not going to say I keep up with foreign football like biblically, But when I've seen them play recently, when I've looked at them play, they haven't looked insane. I think we need a full, healthy, fit starting 11 mind when it comes to that, but we got a while before that. So hopefully by then we'll be a strong side.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is you got the winter now, so you've got until what is it, the end of January or February when the next round of matches start.
Yeah. Well, it's not
the game will be March. The draw's late February.
Oh right, in which case, you should have most of your defensive players back, which will be quite good. So
have a transfer window as well.
Yeah, exactly, and I think there'll be improvements in the transfer window as well. But in terms of sort of the match coming up, with us, I mean, I don't know what to make of it because our record is really good against West Ham, especially at home.
Yeah.
But I don't really think that stands for anything anymore. And I think if you go off the last game that we played against each other, we were very lucky to come away from the Olympic Stadium with a point, and you've improved. So, you're definitely, you're above us for a reason at the moment. Like, I think before the last couple of games, though, we were on a good run of form. So our home form's good. We've only dropped points to Chelsea in a loss and Palace a draw, and I think the best home record of any team in the league at the moment. I mean, what do you think? How do you fancy your chances, and where do you think the game will be ultimately kind of won and lost?
Well, it depends. My head's telling me one thing, my heart's telling me another. My heart's telling me to back West Ham, but I'm not too sure based on recent performances and stuff like that.
I was at the same. Like I was looking at like you said, kind of like I was looking at our last games, our games we've all had, and we have been. Arsenal's a tough fixture for us. I do think it is. I keep 5-1 West Ham as if I keep like thinking back to these.
And he's an Arsenal fan.
Is he really? Mad.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking back to the 3-3. Obviously, we're in a very different place than we were last season. That was the time when we were constantly getting these draws, when we were coming from ahead and getting these draws. But my head, like you say, Alfie, my head is telling me that that's going to happen again. We're going to be ahead, not by loads. I do just think we're going to be ahead, and then you guys are going to pull it back because, as I say, our defense isn't that strong. I mean, yeah. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think we've been really impressive at home, and I think like looking, I can't really think. I don't think there's been a game at home apart from the Chelsea one that sticks out where we haven't scored at home. I might be wrong, but no other home game really sticks out to mind where we haven't scored at home.
What was your first home game of the season?
Our first home game of the season was Chelsea.
Okay.
We lost to Brentford, then we lost to Chelsea, and I'm sure we played City away at the Etihad. So
yeah, I wasn't sure if either City or Brentford were away or at home.
Those two are away because I remember Brentford. It was in their new stadium. So like I think for that reason, I think both teams will score. I don't know. Antonio's not in form at the moment, but we're the sort of team. Everton had a 1 in 9. There you go.
That's normally us. That's normally us that does that as well.
Like, this team this player hasn't scored in a while, or this team hasn't kept a clean sheet in a while. Arsenal were just like, hold my beer. So,
but I think like for you, who would you start, Lacazette or Aubameyang? I do think that will make a difference.
Aubameyang's not coming anywhere near that lineup if it's up to me.
I'm more worried about Lacazette than I am Aubameyang personally as a West Ham fan.
Me too.
You should be worried about me, man.
I'm worried about you getting a late win or something, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll take that. I do think it will be close. Like, I think you. I don't know which one of you was telling me, or I might have even seen it on TikTok or somewhere. But in over a year, or about a year, if West Ham have lost a game, they've not lost by more than 1 goal.
Yeah, it's been over 40 games now.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. So I think I don't think it's going to be more than a goal that separates the two teams.
I think it'll be a goal either way. I don't know which way. I'm literally so on the fence of which way to go.
It's just yeah, it's too early to tell, basically. But I do think we'll win, and I just think it's a combination of just having more fit players in our squad, playing at home, and sort of having the confident form at home. I'm gutted because there's like, especially Ben Johnson. I've been really, really impressed with Ben Johnson, like to a point where Dan Kroenke, just maybe you could
No, he's a West Ham lad. He's ours. He ain't going nowhere.
but yeah, I've been impressed with him. Obviously, Kufau had a great season last season. Creswell, you've got a lot of experience in your back line.
But Creswell hasn't returned from injury yet, and so. It's
Moisey said today, he's looking like he's available for selection. So
we need his deliveries for set pieces.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. That's exactly that. Because you guys are good from set pieces as well. I think after us, you're up there when it comes to most goals from set pieces. I do think you're up there. I think where you guys will fall will be our midfield is definitely stronger than yours.
That's the problem.
I think that'll be.
And you know what, Gumza, who was just on, he did his tactical breakdown earlier. And once again, my suggestion to go to a 3 in midfield got chased out of town. But we really need to respect the capabilities of Rice and Souček, I think, in the centre of midfield there. I think they've got, if Partey plays how he played against Everton with Xhaka, with Rice and Souček in the form that they're in, we're in trouble. Like we won't.
Yeah. If we win it, we're going to win it in the midfield.
Midfield, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. I think Rice has been probably one of the best midfielders in the league this season.
It's nice to see he's finally starting to get recognition from other fans now. I mean, we've been blabbing on about him for years, but other teams are finally starting to realise how good he is.
I do think the Euros helped that 100%.
Yeah,
his performance in the Euros was insane.
Yeah, I think his substitution was what lost us that final. Personally,
I mean, yeah, we could definitely, there is definitely an argument for that, and I think, like it was unfortunate, but I think what's happened is, talking about the England squad, a lot of players came back and looked a little jaded. Saka didn't look 100% like straight away. I mean, obviously the United players, a lot of those guys, Rashford was injured. So Sancho obviously didn't hit any form at all. A number of players that featured at the tournament had a bit of indifferent form. Whereas I'll be honest, I firmly felt right up until the end of the Euros that Phillips of Leeds was a bit better. But that's completely changed. So, Rice is still Phillips now, man.
Yeah, but if you notice how since Rice broke onto the scene, the last 2 or 3 years, all the different players that these people have tried to compare to him, the Longstaff brothers, where are they now? Like Harry Winks, he's useless.
Oh, that's an insult. Like
Calvin Phillips, Rice's head and shoulders. All these players that he's been compared to, and he's come out the other side, and he's absolutely world class.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's on the cusp of that conversation. He's definitely raised his level this season. Like, I feel like his all-round game, like his, defensively he's always sound, but I think now you're seeing him progress the ball more. Like when he's carrying it, when he's passing it, his passing range, he's showing that off a bit more, and he's getting a bit more involved in your attacks going forward. I see him evolving like much more towards like the mold of a box-to-box player.
I think he's just starting to get more confidence in that side of his game, because West Ham fans have always known he has got that side in him, but he just rarely ever shows it. But he's starting to, this year is the year he's finally starting to show it.
And I think, I definitely think that's the key individual that we've got to watch.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Who do you think in terms of our team, who would you say the player to watch is?
Well, as I said earlier, Lacazette is a strike, goal scoring option. Smith Rowe's obviously been unbelievable this year for you lot. your two centre halves. Got to mention them. They've been just like ours, solid as a rock. So yeah, that it's going to be hard to break them two down.
It's Odegaard for me.
Odegaard.
3-3, swear. 3-3. It's
Yeah.
He's gonna be an issue.
I've been saying I've been feeling like I'm dying on a hill, saying that he's going to come good, and it's good to see him kind of getting the recognition now. I just think people's expectations of players coming into new leagues are just not realistic anymore.
Mm.
So if they don't score, if they don't like get 5 goals in the first 3 games, they're automatically a flop.
Yeah, it's just a bit stupid, really. But yeah, the past couple of games we've seen him settle. Yeah, and I thought against Southampton. It was, yeah, granted it's only Southampton, but I definitely thought that was one of his best games. Rice physically bully Odegaard. He's got to get near him first, man. Big Dogs, man. Are you an Arsenal fan or a West Ham fan, buddy? Come on, man. Ye of little faith. I keep saying,
mate, he's a hidden hammer. That's what it is.
Yeah, quite. You know, I just think
closet West Ham fan.
I don't know what it is, but you know, he's just not very positive about our chances this season. But I will go next to score predictions. You know, you guys, yeah. Well, you obviously said that you probably thinks it's 1 goal that will separate us. Any correct scores that you've got here?
It's tough, isn't it? Like you say, I really do think it'll be 2-1, but either way, I to be honest, if I'm being realistic, probably you guys, you're at home, you're coming off that 3-0 when we're coming off a 0-0 draw to Burnley. We've got our injuries. I think all these factors will lead to you guys just.
The thing is, though, you raise it in the bigger games.
This is it as well. If you look at this season, we've beaten teams. We've beaten Chelsea, Liverpool,
Spurs.
City.
Spurs aren't big. Spurs aren't really a big team. They're not really a challenge. But
yeah, that's true.
Chelsea and Liverpool anyway.
You're hearing that, Paxton Road? That's our partner channel. You know, the Spurs channel. Not a big. They never were to begin with. And I remember actually, I went to watch the Watford game, and I was doing a TikTok live, and Alfie was in it, and you were playing Liverpool, and I was like, "Are you doing Liverpool?" And you did. So I looked a bit stupid. Protected our invincible record. Thanks for that. But that's what I'm worried about. Like West Ham seem to. Like the big games, they really get up for them.
Yeah, we turn something on. Something in West Ham just goes when we come up against one of the bigger teams.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that. That's for sure. But I think Louise I think 2-1 would have been what I would have gone with. 2 or 3-1 to us. But
yeah, see, my head says 2-1. Arsenal, my heart says 2-1 West Ham. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat, to be honest. Like, you know, just the way that we're playing at the moment. But you know, we'll definitely see, man. And I think going through the comments here, I ain't a West Ham fan as well. I'm disgusted to hear that. So you should be, Big Dogs, man. I think you're giving them a little too much respect, you know. Like, you know.
I'll say if you didn't tell us beforehand, I genuinely would have thought he was a West Ham fan.
100%. 100%.
I keep telling him to have a bit more faith, you know, but well, you know.
I say just big up Arsenal a little bit more, like.
As an Arsenal fan, you're probably better being pessimistic. Let's be honest. You don't want to let yourself down.
I say that's me as a West Ham fan.
Yeah, me too, to be fair. Yeah.
Just a shame how small clubs are being allowed to be rivals with big clubs. Just makes the big clubs look smaller. Oh, come on, man. Listen, like. I've said what I said about London, right? It needs more rivalries. Like obviously, like any London rivalry is a derby, but Arsenal have been at the top for ages. Chelsea have gate crashed the party. The more the people that gate crash that party, the merrier. As long as it's but
I'll say we're coming to gate crash that party now. Don't worry, mate.
We'll be waiting. Well, we are waiting. You know, like
I say, you've been waiting a while for this. To be fair,
yeah, you know, and it has been a lot. To be honest, West Ham have been through hell and back. You know, I've got a couple of other friends that are Hammers, some that I went to school with, and Yeah, I've seen their pain. I've seen it like firsthand, and yeah, it's better to see, man. I'm always gonna rather it be Palace or West Ham than it be Spurs. So I think that's the thing that we've all got in common.
I say no matter who it is, as long as it ain't Spurs.
I don't know where this comment's coming from. No.
I mean, I hate Spurs as much as the next guy, but I can't say I agree with that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think what I wanted to ask you guys, I think, you know, with the injuries that you got in your squad and everything, what sort of lineup are you predicting? Moyes doesn't really change things a great deal from what I see, like unless he's forced into. Are you expecting to see the same lineup against Burnley, or are you expecting any changes?
I think that the second Cresswell's back, which will hopefully be Wednesday, he'll be in for Masuaku. Okay, Masuaku had that absolute screamer, but that does not make a starting 11 player.
Yeah, but
I think
the only thing I will say about
Masuaku.
what I will say about Masuaku is against Burnley, he was one of our better players that yesterday.
That's true, especially the first half.
Yeah, and I think we've had a similar problem with Tierney and Tavares when Tierney went out injured. Tavares was putting in 7, 8 out of 10 performances, and it's like, how do you take him out of the squad? But you know, will Moyes go with the experience, or will he go with the guy that's been in form? That's going to be a question.
Just because I do not trust our two centre halves enough, I wouldn't mind seeing 5 at the back. I've always minded about being negative when going 5 at the back, but with the two centre halves we've got, Louise will agree here. They both have a mistake in them, and against you, like I'm not sure how much I trust him.
So how would that work? Would you play Cresswell as a third centre back and then Masuaku as the left back, or?
Yeah, Cresswell is the third centre half and the Masuaku is the wing back. Because when we've played 5
Who
at
would
the
you
back
take
before,
out?
choose any of the front 3, to be honest.
Can't be Mikel. Can't be Mr. Big Dick Antonio,
To be
man.
fair,
It can't be him.
I'd drop him.
To be fair, I've heard a lot from West Ham fans. Yeah, I've heard a lot from West Ham fans. And a lot of people want Antonio dropped.
He loves scoring against London clubs, you know.
Well, especially Spurs. He scored more against Spurs than any other team.
Yeah, he's got a cracking record against London teams. I don't know, man. I kind of think,
but
if it was me, outside of looking him, I would stick with him personally.
1 goal in 12, and last 4 or 5 games at least, he's been absolutely woeful. I'm not sure if that's him just not performing well, or if he's just absolutely knackered because
he's not really been rested.
He's got a game, and we have no one else to come in.
The thing is, though, I mean,
this is what I said about him. I'd keep him. I'd keep him on.
Yeah, I think. I think you've got to. Like, the thing is, and I think this is something that you guys we'll probably get to it in a minute. Like probably needs to address in January is just last season you had Lingard, and I think against us, I swear he played as a false 9, and you had like Bowen and Berahima either side of Lingard, and we could not handle that pace for the first.
And thing is, I think they all kind of kept switching during the game as well, so they all took turns going up front.
Yeah,
because I think Antonio was injured at that point. But the biggest things for us last year, the reason we didn't make top 4 last year is because Rice got injured and we didn't have a replacement. And then Antonio got injured and we didn't have a replacement. It was at the same time.
Yeah,
that's what cost us Champions League.
And I think, I don't know. Maybe you could look at that, doing that again with Bowen. Maybe. Oh, where's Luis gone?
No idea.
But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, you think a back 5 then?
I don't think a back 5. I would personally like to see a back 5. I still think he'll go for the 4, and it'll just depend on whether he deems Cresswell fit enough to start or not.
It's going to be the big if, to be honest.
Give us Antonio, you can have Albert. Nah, I'll swerve on that one.
I mean, he's got a Lamborghini. He's had
a load of shit haircuts over the years.
We'll even throw in the captain's armband. We'll just
we don't need it. Declan's got that one, mate.
Yeah, all right, mate. So yeah, I mean, you think Souček and Rice in midfield are picking themselves.
Yeah, Souček's he started off the season very poorly, but last few games he's got back to his old self now.
Yeah. And again, he was another player that gave us nightmares last season. In both games, I remember. We just couldn't lay a glove on him at all. And then what in terms of what your forward line?
I think Vlasic will come in because he created more chances in 20 minutes against Burnley than 10 of our 11 players. Only Bowen created more chances than him, and he was only on 20 minutes.
Wow.
So I personally have him Rama because Ben Rama's been woeful the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, but I think that said more about how I think it said. But that's what I mean. I think it says more about how the rest of our front line is going rather than about Vlasic, because I still thought he looked pretty poor, to be honest with you.
Really, I think the opposite. I thought he looked very sharp when he came on.
I really think, I think Lingard was the missing link to last season.
If we had him, we would have beat Burnley.
It's just adjusting to it. It takes any team loses someone that integral to your play going forward. I wouldn't say, there's been a dip of form, maybe you could argue, but when he was the link that everything went through, he fed Antonio, but also Antonio fed him. So it was like a two-way thing, where they could turn provider or goal scorer. And I just think that's the only thing that's missing. It's unfortunate, but I definitely think with Moyes and where you are this season, and now with this new owner coming in, I think you lot are going to invest.
We just had a £21 million bid for Eden Hazard rejected. So
I think it's definitely an area you're looking at. In terms of our starting lineup, I don't think a lot's going to change. Back five's picking itself, and I'm loving saying that this season. We played 10 different players in our defence last season, more than any other team. That's unprecedented. A practical first team 11 of different personnel in defence. Tommy Asu, he's playing on the right. I think Tierney will keep his place on the left. We'll go with Ben White and Gabriel, who I think's been excellent this season. Ramsdale being goal. The interesting question is going to be what he's going to do in central midfield. Now,
are you going Tierney or Tavares?
I'd go with Tierney. I'd definitely keep Tierney, and I think we need that experience in this game. Big game, big derby. I think Tavares had a bit of a mare against Liverpool, where he had a moment where he dropped the ball. And I just think we need to protect him and Sambi a bit from the bigger games for this season.
Yeah, I think if Antonio does start, which he probably will, if Tavares was to start, Antonio would just seek him out and just try and just completely bully him.
I don't know. Tavares is strong though,
I know, but I think it's just the inexperience, maybe the nerves and stuff, just getting to him.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I went to watch us play against Watford, he put Dennis in his pocket, and Dennis actually ended up switching wings.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Try and get some change from Tommy Asu, and Tommy Asu was like, "What? Not getting anything from me either." So, I think defensively, Tavares is probably not as good as Tierney, but what he does have is a lot of recovery pace. But he offers a bit more. I wouldn't say a bit more. He offers a lot going forward. But I think we got to go with Tierney in this game. What I'm worried about is what we do in midfield. And as I said on our tactical show that was on just before this one, I said that we should go with 3 in midfield and get rid of a 10. I got laughed at, but I seriously think.
Does that mean you drop Odegaard though? Because he's your 10, isn't he?
That's the question. But you could even play Odegaard as an 8. Because we played against Burnley, he played as an 8. He can play as an 8 where he's more advanced, but when we don't have the ball where he's coming back and winning the ball, like just go into that formation. Maybe
I think that maybe if Souček was on like good form, maybe that would be your best option. But if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be overly fearful of Souček at the moment. He's not looking himself when he's playing. Nowhere near like he was last season.
apologies for my pronunciation on Benrahma as well, man. Sorry. Yeah, no, Souček, I don't think he's quite hit the heights of last season. But I think in midfield, if there's one thing that Partey can be physical, but I don't think he's quite fully fit himself. So I don't know. Maybe we consider that. But definitely Smith Rowe and Saka have to play. And I don't want to see, after all of the stuff that's been going on with Aubameyang, I don't want to see him anywhere near the starting lineup.
So, because didn't he get a disciplinary for getting a tattoo in Barcelona or something the day before a game?
So basically he was given a week off to go go Barcelona, spend some time there, he didn't come back in time for training. He's been dropped in the squad. Arteta's got his non-negotiables, if he calls them. So I don't think he should get his place back because his form's not been good either.
No.
So that's what I'd go with. The last thing I want to do before we go is just a quick combined starting 11.
Cool. This will be interesting.
We're having quite a heated debate about defence.
Literally just before this started, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I'd definitely be interested to know what you guys think.
Are we doing it since the start of the season or the last few games?
No, we'll do from the start of the season. Just overall this season's form, not overall in terms of overall ability from start of the career to now, but just based on this season's form. Starting with the goalkeeper.
Well, it's Ramsdale, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's Ramsdale.
I think so.
As much as that pains me to say it, because I love Fabianski. I think Fabianski's overall is the better keeper, but this year Ramsdale's been ridiculously good. Yeah,
I think Ramsdale's got a long way to go before he can be considered overall better than a lot of keepers. But
I think Ramsdale's the good thing about Ramsdale is he's on his way up. Fabianski's on his way down.
Yeah, and I've said it. I think he's been our most important signing this season.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I was questioning that signing as well, but he's proved me wrong. He's actually done quite well because I thought he looked dreadful at Sheffield United and Bournemouth. But for you, he's actually looks all right.
Yeah, I mean, the last season at Sheffield United, their two main centre backs got injured, and I didn't read too much into it. I knew he was a good keeper, but I was more concerned with the price we paid for him than his quality.
Yeah,
how much was he?
Become a good keeper.
40.
I didn't realise he could be this good this quickly.
How much was he in the end? 40?
No, like 30
30
million. But only 25 of it or something like that up front. So
Ah.
right back, I think, is a lot more contentious.
If he wouldn't have got injured, I would be making a strong case for Ben Johnson. But because he's been injured last few games, I think I've got to give you Tomiyasu here.
Louise, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the words out of my mouth, exactly the same. I do think, like you say, overall this season it has been Johnson. Actually, no, screw it. We're doing it from the start of the season. Johnson. I want to say Johnson. Some of the clearances he's made, he's been so important. He's been so important. I think he has been more important to our defence than Tommy has been to yours.
Interesting. That's an interesting concept, actually. I think he's been very important. That goal line clearance against City. Given the bigger teams that you've beaten as well.
What I will mention about the City game, he was partially at fault for the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because this is what me and Alfie were debating. the weird thing is you've conceded 4 less goals, but we've kept 5 more clean sheets.
4 in it.
You've kept 2 and we've kept 7.
I thought it was 6. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So it's a case of what do you take from that? You know, like 4 is obviously you've conceded 4 less goals. You know, but obviously defensively you go out for clean sheets is tight.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say I would as I said, I would have gone for Ben Johnson, but I think the only reason I'd personally give you Tomiyasu is just because he has been out for the last few games. That is the only reason, and he didn't start. He didn't start the season either. He only came in when Sufal got injured.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sufal got injured. Yeah.
That's it. Whereas Tomiyasu didn't start our first 3 games. He wasn't there. So he started from the Norwich game onwards.
Yeah, and so he's been pretty much right back for your whole season.
I mean, like Norwich won like in the Norwich and Burnley games, like where they've got big centre forwards. He was winning like all his aerial duels, all his tackles as well. I think he's been consistent. So I'm going to just edge it to him. I don't want to seem biased. And as I said, you guys have heard me praising Ben Johnson, man, like waxing him lyrical. Like I think he's going to be top draw. I think he's in trouble when he gets fit again. But left back and the centre backs.
What are we going first? Left back or centre backs?
Let's go left back.
Cresswell.
Do not even try it. Do not even try.
Yeah, the thing is, you've had.
I'm going to let you have that one, yeah, because Tierney's been injured. To be honest, Tierney's not been in his best form this season, and Tavares has been in good form, but he hasn't played the whole season. So, and
I think Cresswell is so important to kind of our tactics and the way we play for his crossing and his left foot and stuff. So, I think set pieces is so key.
Okay, so yeah, we got Cresswell right back, Tomiyasu, Ramsdale in goal, centre back. This is where it's going to get.
Zoom is one of them, and I'm not having any of that.
I'm going to let you two beef this one out because I know you have different opinions on this one.
Because this is what I think this is what we were beefing before, wasn't it?
This was because personally, I think it should be Gabriel and White. But the thing is, Ogbonna and Zuma have both been class. I think there's a case for both your centre backs.
We've both got probably 2 of the most underrated centre back partnerships in the league.
Facts.
But honestly, with Zuma, I wasn't 100% sure, as you know, Chris. I thought he had a few mistakes in him. I thought Price was a bit much considering the bad injury he had, and a bit mistake prone. But since he's come in, our back line has been unbelievable. Obviously, unfortunately, he's been injured last 2 or 3 games. But yeah, I'm having Zuma in there. So you can choose Gabriel. You can choose Gabriel and White.
I'm choosing Gabriel. Gabriel's been, like our first 3 games, we conceded loads. So effectively, when we played Liverpool, before that, the last game that we had lost with Gabriel in defence was when we played Liverpool last season in April. So yeah, I'm going with Gabriel all day long. So we'll go Gabriel and Zuma. Yeah. Everyone's happy.
And then we're going to go for a 2 because that's what both of us play.
What, 4-2-3-1, yeah?
Yeah, because I think that's what you played out as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Rice is going in there without question. I'm not even going to bother.
Best old midfielder in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Easy.
Rice is going in there. I think Partey. I think Rice and Partey, what I will say about Souček is Souček probably started the season not at his best, whereas Partey's only not been at his best for like the last game or 2.
Yeah. I haven't honestly watched enough of Partey to give like a full opinion, but whenever I've seen him, I've not been that impressed. But then Souček hasn't been his normal self this year either, so I can. If it was last year, I'd be like, no, Rice, Souček, done.
Oh yeah,
stop it there. But
Partey was injured, so yeah, it would have been pretty easy. But yeah, I still think Partey has done enough probably over Souček, just.
I think it's quite
As much as I love the potato salad muncher, I've got to give. I think I've got to give you Party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if do you agree, Louise?
Yeah, for this season, Party. And emphasis on this season, okay? Because Uche is not himself. This season, Party.
Yeah. So Party and Rice, and then the front three and the attack. Let's not waste any time. Antonio's going up front.
Yeah.
He's going up front. I don't care if he hasn't scored in the last 7.
You sure you don't want to throw Nketiah in there, mate?
He did score against you last season in this fixture.
Yeah, but we're on about this season, mate. Yeah, I was like, do you want to put yourself up front?
Nah, I don't think so. I've not played anywhere near enough matches. Aubameyang's not been anywhere near enough consistent. It's the weakest part of our area by far. Antonio's going there.
Yeah.
The 3 behind him.
Smith Rowe on the left. I'm having Bowen on the right. I'm not having Saka. Bowen's going on the right.
I'd say Saka over Bowen this season. Bowen
Whoa,
over
there
Saka.
you go.
No.
Do you know what?
Bowen's such a
No.
best attacker. Bowen's been our best attacker this year.
I actually think I've got the best compromise, right?
It is Bowen over Saka. My bad. Bowen, yeah, but I do think Bowen's clear.
I think all 3. Bowen's what? Huh? Clear of who?
I do think Bowen's clear. This season, Bowen's clear.
Who?
Yeah, this season Bowen's been our best attacker, and yeah, but
Don't get me wrong.
Every day of the week, twice on Sundays, Jared Bowen.
I was going to say a 3 of Saka, Smith Rowe, and Bowen.
Yeah. See, if it was just off the last few games, I'd chuck Lanzini in there, but because it's been season, I wouldn't be against those 3.
Nah. Even last few games, I don't think I'd bang Lanzini in there. Lanzini's good at he started the other day.
I definitely think they both need to go in, and I definitely think Bowen's been sick this season. He's not been spoke about enough either.
Yeah.
100%.
So I think that's the best compromise. Everyone's happy. Yeah, and I think, to be honest, they have been the 3 best attacking midfield outlets between the 2 teams.
Yeah, I think even then, but I think they've been 3 of the best English attacking players in the league, let alone between the 2 clubs.
I think we can agree on that. You know, it's like Smith Rowe could either play as the 10. I swear Bowen's played as a 10, and Saka.
Yeah, but then Saka can play on the left, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Saka left, Bowen right, Smith Rowe's the 10.
Just imagine all 3 of those guys interchanging.
So they could possibly be in the England squad next time round if Southgate has the bottle to actually pick Bowen.
Is this guy all right?
He was there.
Martinelli over
Southgate was
Saka.
at the-
Wait, is that Ben AFC? Martinelli over Saka?
You're my boy. You're my boy.
Gabby, you're my boy.
I'm not having that. Sorry. Look, Martinelli's been good in the last couple of games. And yes.
No, he's the best player in the world, mate. What are you on about? Best player to ever live.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he probably could have played in the 60s when football was harder.
I'm saying, I don't know. I know he's good, but I'm not sure if he's quite a 60s player.
Martinelli needs to do it for a bit longer, but I think that's fair enough. So we've gone with Ramsdale at the back. We went with Tomiyasu, Zuma, Gabriel, Cresswell, Rice, Partey, Saka, Smith Rowe, Bowen, Antonio, Mr. Big Dick himself, Antonio.
Right. So who has more players in this starting 11? So we've got Zuma, Cresswell, Rice, Bowen, Antonio. Oh, you've got one more.
It's my show, man. What else is it? I didn't do that on purpose, by the way.
The only debatable one, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that one's look for me because
that is very 50-50.
We both did. You duetted that video, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yours got way more views, you bastard. Yeah, but
I say,
be expected.
As we started the live, it was on like 8K.
Yeah. I think the hardest ones for me out of that was Ben Johnson and Bowen.
Yeah, it's like we had to compromise on the Bowen Saka one. So
Yeah, but I think I think that's a fair enough one. I think actually that would be a sick front three as well.
Yeah.
Unreal, like. But guys, it's been good to have you on the show.
Cheers for having me, mate.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a
Thanks
day.
for having us.
But guys, I need to speak to you. Like, we need to get a West Ham channel going. Like, so FTB Sport, to make it clear, like we've got the Armory TV, you've got the Man United agenda, we've got Cop Talk for Liverpool, and then you've got Spurs, Paxton Road. I'd absolutely love for us to help you, get Jamie or get a few other people involved.
And so I met up with Jamie yesterday actually at the Burnley.
Yeah, like just get a couple of you together, like, and we could definitely do that. And like, I've been trying to do it with West Ham and Chelsea as well, because if you imagine that, you'd have us, Paxton Road, West Ham, and a Chelsea channel, all under the same family umbrella. Like, it'll be sick. Like, but we should
definitely up for.
Like you guys have done really well on your debut, and it's practically it's just TikTok, but on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But it's been really good to have you on.
Cheers for having us.
I would wish you luck, but we need that top 4 space. I'm sorry, we need it. We need it.
We'll see. We'll see, won't we?
I say I hope we don't beat. I hope we don't beat you too much. I hope it's maybe a goal just to go easy on you. Hope that's what I'm hoping. But
Cody, I hope you're still there, and I hope you're clipping. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like,
I hope we beat you. I don't think we will, but I hope we do.
Well, he's gone with the safe route now, is he? Fair enough. But yeah, look, guys, it's been good, really good to have you on. And like I will definitely, maybe we'll do a roundup show afterwards, depending on what the score is now. Jokes.
So 24 want to come back after the result. To be honest.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. But stay tuned, and guys, take it easy. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.